When a journalist as reliable as Paul Joyce speaks, people inside the game listen, and his latest update delivers a clear, powerful message about the future of Arne Slot. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Despite growing outside noise and mounting pressure, Fenway Sports Group are not wavering. Behind the scenes, there is no panic, no crisis, talks about a managerial change, just firm belief. The ownership remain fully committed to Slot and are determined to see him come through what has been a turbulent and emotionally draining season. Crucially, the internal stance at Anfield is shaped by perspective, not short-term reaction. Slot is still widely credited as a central figure behind Liverpool's league title success. A coach whose tactical identity, leadership, and proven track record didn't just vanish overnight. Within the club, there's a strong sense that one difficult period does not erase the foundations he has already built. And context matters. This season has presented challenges that go far beyond tactics or form. The devastating loss of Diogo Jota cast a shadow over the club, a moment that shook players, staff, and supporters alike. It's the kind of situation that transcends football, disrupting rhythm, focus, and emotional stability in ways few teams ever have to navigate. Because of that, those in power are taking a measured approach. Rather than assigning blame, they're looking at solutions. There is a clear understanding that improvements are needed, particularly within the squad, and that certain gaps must be addressed if Liverpool are to return to their dominant best. But the key takeaway, the belief in Slot hasn't disappeared, far from it. FSG's expectation is not that Liverpool will rebuild from scratch, but that Slot will reassert himself once stability returns. Fix the underlying issues, strengthen where necessary, and the confidence is that the Dutchman can guide the club back to the level they know he's capable of delivering. In a football world obsessed with quick fixes and managerial sackings, this is a rare show of patience, and it could prove decisive. In other news, with a major attacking reshuffle looming at Anfield, Anthony Gordon is once again emerging as a name of genuine intrigue behind the scenes at Liverpool, as the club prepares for life after Mohamed Salah, who is set to depart on a free transfer this summer. Recruitment plans are accelerating, and familiar targets are being revisited. Gordon is not a new consideration. Liverpool explored a deal for their former academy winger during the summer of 2024. At a time when Newcastle United were actively seeking financial flexibility amid growing PSR concerns. Negotiations progressed significantly, with an agreement in principle reportedly struck that would have seen Gordon move to Anfield in a deal worth around £75 million, while Joe Gomez headed in the opposite direction for £45 million. Despite the advanced nature of those talks, the transfer ultimately collapsed late in the process. That failed move, however, did little to diminish Liverpool's long-standing admiration for Gordon. The club's recruitment team have tracked his development closely, and that interest is widely believed to have persisted ever since. Now, with circumstances aligning once again, the possibility of reigniting that pursuit has re-entered the conversation. The key factor driving this renewed speculation lies in Newcastle's evolving financial strategy. Club leadership has openly acknowledged the need to balance spending with player sales, adopting a buy well, sell well model to remain compliant while continuing to build competitively. As a result, several high-value assets could be made available this summer if suitable offers arrive. Alongside Gordon, Sandro Tonali has also been mentioned as a potential departure for the right price, figures that have been loosely suggested to exceed £100 million. While such valuations may be ambitious, they reflect Newcastle's desire to maintain negotiating strength rather than signal a willingness to sell cheaply. From Liverpool's perspective, committing a 9-figure fee for Gordon appears unlikely. However, the situation could shift significantly depending on Newcastle's end to the season. Failure to secure qualification for the UEFA Champions League would increase pressure to generate funds, potentially lowering the threshold required to strike a deal. On the pitch, Gordon has continued to enhance his reputation. Still only 25, he has delivered an impressive return of 17 goals and 5 assists across 45 appearances this season. Notably, his recent form has seen him deployed centrally, where he has scored in 3 consecutive Premier League starts, demonstrating a versatility that would appeal to Liverpool's evolving attacking structure under Arne Slot. Yet Gordon would not represent a direct replacement for Salah. The Egyptian's output, influence, and stylistic profile are unique, and replacing him will likely require a multiplayer solution rather than a like-for-like signing. Instead, Gordon could address a different tactical need, particularly on the left flank, where competition and long-term clarity remain less defined. With Cody Gakpo yet to fully cement that role, Gordon's pace, directness, and Premier League proven end product could make him a compelling option. Contractually, Newcastle remain in a strong position. Gordon is tied down until 2030 after signing a 6-year extension in the aftermath of last summer's transfer window. That security gives the club leverage, but it does not eliminate the possibility of a sale, especially if financial realities dictate a more pragmatic approach. At this stage, Liverpool's level of concrete interest remains unclear. Much will depend on how the market develops, how Newcastle's season concludes, and how aggressively Liverpool move to reshape their forward line. What is certain, however, is that Gordon's name is once again firmly in the frame, and as the summer window approaches, this is a situation that warrants close attention. Ultimately, this is a situation shaped as much by opportunity as it is by necessity. Liverpool are entering a defining summer, with the departure of Mohamed Salah forcing a rethink of their attacking identity, while Newcastle United may find themselves compelled to make difficult decisions in order to sustain their long-term project. In Anthony Gordon, Liverpool would not be signing a direct successor to Salah, but rather a player who fits a broader evolution, one built on energy, versatility, and Premier League proven quality. Whether that aligns with their exact priorities remains to be seen, particularly given the financial demands likely required to prize him away from St James's Park. For now, the interest feels logical rather than advanced. But in a market where circumstances can shift rapidly, it would take very little for this to develop into something far more concrete. If Newcastle's hand is forced and Liverpool see value, the groundwork has already been laid for a move that, while once abandoned, could yet be revived at a pivotal moment for both clubs. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.